Would you like me to try and call him and bring him in on my call?
Oh yeah,
That'll work.
You know what?
That'll work.
Well,
Then
let me
you
try
can mute everybody, and you can do it that way.
Let me try it.
Then I'm going to have to get back on where the board is. Hold on a second.
Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and try and call Q.
Well, let's.
Can I just even if Q is not there, it's not about Q, actually.
Okay.
It's actually about in the general question.
Okay.
It looks like in the movement. Are you listening?
Yeah, this is the same lady that seems to love to talk, doesn't she?
Okay. Hey, you know what? Could you do me a favor? Could you just be still, be quiet? I want everyone to be quiet. Okay.
I've got Q.
All right. Q.
Q is here. Q is here.
Okay. All right. Just hang in there. I've got to get into where I can mute people. All right. Okay. So here we go.
Go ahead.
Just a minute.
All right. Don't mute the lady from Africa yet.
I'm going to mute everyone. Just a second.
Okay, the lady from Africa, hit *6 and come back on.
Just a second, Soraya.
I know.
The recording started.
Hello?
I'm here.
Hi.
Okay, is this the lady from Africa?
Yes.
Okay. Now, go ahead and ask Q your question. He's on my phone, and he'll stay on my phone, so he'll be able to hear you, because I can hear you very well.
Okay. Two things. Q. Africa has suffered the most, and you people know it. What is your plan towards helping Africa? That's number one. Number two, why are we not seeing or hearing anything that gets Africa to be involved in the plan? When you guys are planning things, we do not hear anything about any African country except the BRICS, where South Africa is involved. But otherwise, we don't hear anything. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead, Q.
Thank you for that question. I love the passion, and I have so much respect and appreciation for the great care in that question. And I ask back, what is it that you would like someone to do for you when you have all the abilities? I will keep asking and asking, when would you like to do something for yourself instead of waiting for someone to help you? When many of you are learning to be very aware that your universe that you create for you and all the items that you indoctrinate are all up to us. We all get to do this. The support and assistance you get is this, and this, it's very simple. As a portion of Source, that's what you are. You are God. Your inspiration, your excitement is what the tool is here for. You already have it. You're a genius. You're a brilliant God and or goddess. Now, you'll actually notice that in the African continent and many others, massive changes are occurring if you could see more of your reality in your specific geography. As an example, notice that Zimbabwe has a gold-backed security again within this last month. Did anybody notice that?
I'm very much aware.
Massive changes are happening, but the incrementation of time measurement is what may be alluding to. This is all happening unbelievably efficient and fast. Just your question proves it. I tuckered out. I'd like something different. Then we will get organized. And that's what we're doing right now. That's why you're seeing so much distraction with our call today. We're all collaborating. We're all learning about where we're all at around the globe. What's happening? It's affecting us. The distractions on me are massive, just like yours. We hold firm. We hold firm with our compass, which is excitement. That's the best I can do to answer your question. I hope that helps.
And my second question?
Please go ahead.
My second question to you.
Yeah.
My second question to Q was that I do not see any involvement in terms of us as a continent. We are not part of the movement. We are seeing Europe, we're seeing the US, and we're seeing Europe and any other continent, China, but we're not seeing Africa getting involved in the whole movement. Why?
Very good question. Okay, and so where do you see your information? How can you tell me this information is correct? Where do you get your information, please?
Okay. Maybe I need to give you a background that I am a patriot that had to start a patriot group called Mzansi Patriots. And the whole idea is to exchange information. We are flooding each other with information and exchanging information and discussing, but we do not have a feeling that we are part of the movement because we are getting this feeling that we are left behind.
I thank you very much. I think this is a great question. Thank you very much. Okay, so tell me what's going on in China. You're in China now, are you?
No, I'm not even in China. I'm in Johannesburg.
That's a joke, isn't it? Okay, so tell me what's going on in China, Johannesburg. Please tell me what's going on in China, Johannesburg.
Well, yeah, you
can't tell me, can you, Johannesburg? Can you? Because you're not in China, are you?
No, I'm not.
You can actually have fun with your question.
But
very authentic. Your question is very authentic, and I don't mean to be flip, but when you start participating with your universe, it's still going to be your universe. So you're a micro universe creator right now in the geography you're in. So, Miss Goddess, you can't actually make a statement about what's going on around the world unless you're actually participating in that micro universe and universe, can you? Can we agree on that?
Yes, we can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your universe is where you're at now, and you're going to perceive what it is you'd like to create or participate in. So if you'd like to participate in or a belief system that comes off the little white box you're looking at, black box, whatever, then you can, or you can go create the future that you want because you're excited about the next choice you have. That's the best I can do to answer your question. I disagree with everything you're saying as in regards to how come we're not part of the movement, because I consider you an expert at making movements whenever, wherever, however you would like. I hope that helps.
Okay. I hear you. Okay.
Thank you.
maybe what needs to be understood in this instance is the fact that this is something new for humanity, and we are trying to understand how to navigate ourselves. Thank you so much, Q. I hear you, and I'll take your advice. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and please put yourself on mute. All right. Our next caller is someone else here, and it's anonymous as well. You know what I'm going to do, and I know who I know the people that are on this call. I can see all of you. So I have an individual here by the name of SYL Silville. If you have a question for Q, please go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question. Silville? All right, we'll go to the next person. Gustavo, please unmute yourself and ask your question of Q. Hello? Yes. Hello? We have you here. 828 ending in 1766. Your question for Q? Welcome. Hello? All right.
I didn't have a question.
Okay, go ahead and mute yourself.
There she is.
All right, here we go. Another person is 832 ending in 8. Let's see, 832 ending in 36. Oh no, that's I think that's Dawn. We'll go over here to the next person. Hold on. Okay, 310 ending in 5538. Please unmute yourself. Hello? Hello? 5538. Do you have a question for Q? Hello? Okay, next one is Diana. So 310 ending in 5538. Please put yourself back on mute. Diana? And your email is Diana Giglia. Please unmute yourself. I just unmuted you. Do you have a question for Q?
I have a ton of questions for Q, but mostly just looking for ways to increase our energy. I feel connected. I feel my heart center is moving, but sometimes doing the commands, I don't feel too as if I move forward as my heart desires. So I'm just asking that question. Thank you.
Yeah, it's an outstanding question because we get a moment with it and then we waffle back and forth, and so as you can tell by the first question, I'm a little heavy-handed about I know how powerful we all are when we're not in this type of human, and so that's why I'm a little tough in my delivery. Is I know how incredible all of you are because I've seen you outside of this realm. Okay, and so forgive me for coming across efficient and very frank, and brutally honest, because we are all getting our memories back. So your question is perfect for that because you've just proven that sometimes I'm in my heart center when I make decisions. A lot of noise in the background there, folks.
Yes. Hold on a second. Let me see.
All right, very good. I'll continue. It sounds good now if you're okay. In any event, the balance between standardizing your let's say,
sorry,
that's okay. The decision-making process that you use in this type of human, the more you exercise, no doubt, no fear, no guilt, etc., is all you have to really focus on. So passion, excitement comes from the heart, as an example. And again, the words do get redundant. But as soon as you're in doubt and fear, you'll know that's from the mind. So the mind, love does not come from the mind, as an example. That expression from you in love always comes from the heart. Excitement comes from the heart. Joy comes from the heart. Try and think a joy, what joy is when you feel it in your heart, as an example. So
I get to the... Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm at that excitement to where I just want to dance all the time and, just overwhelmed with excitement. But I'm not sure that excitement is really moving my consciousness or my abilities further.
So what I'm getting at here is the question and your follow-up there is perfect, because you're just finding your way. How do you what I'm getting from your question is, how do I sustain it where we wouldn't be on the call right now if you could sustain it? So here's an example. So right now you're talking to source, and it's translated through the brain to articulate the words. So the more you exercise how you feel about individual topics, if it doesn't initiate from the heart and or where the seating of the light is in your physical body, what we're calling the soul now, is all you have to know. That you know that it feels right, then there's no second guessing. Does that make sense?
It does. I think I'm just so anxious to move further. I just want to. I want it all. I want to move forward and be my full self that I can be.
Yes, and so I get this question a lot, all the time, for years and years and years, and that is actually an incredible accomplishment, because you're starting to get your memories back. And so I use the definition memory so it gets a little easier for us to vet ourselves individually. So what I'm really doing my best to explain is, when you have all of your light in you, for lack of a better term, in physicality, you don't have doubt, you don't have fear, and you don't understand time or unnecessary urgency. You also have all the knowledge in the universe. There's not one thing you don't know. All that is, all that ever will be, is you. And so that's what's so interesting about here, is how we have been compartmentalized in a being that is starting to smell our way out of the tunnel. We're starting to figure it out. That's it. That's all that's going on here. You're going through the ascension cycle. You're inspired to. You're starting to go, wait a minute, I used to be a lot smarter. I used to know a lot more. I used to have more capabilities. I used to be able to fly. I used to be able to modulate my body into a different shape, et cetera, et cetera. This is actually happening right now, and that's why I'm here, and that's what I'm here to help. I hope that helps you.
It does. It's beautiful, and I appreciate it. And I know it's right there past my fingertips, and I'll just keep working to reach it, because I feel like it's just right there.
Right. It's very exciting for me. I learn way more from these calls than you do, for sure. And it helps me measure where we might want to work individually. And so when when we command our spirit to increase our life force energy, you can pick your own words how you want to do it. Just always do it verbally until you get your muscle strong enough to do it voluntarily. It is innate. It is always going to be with you. The minute you started, the minute it keeps growing. You have no choice. The minute you command your spirit to increase your life force energy, it will just keep growing. Now, depending on your genetics and depending on your lifestyle, and depending on your environment and your choices, it will have different effects for different people. So what you have chosen. But I assure you, this is really positive question because you're making such fast headway. You want more. Thank you so much for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you.
All right, please be yourself on mute. All right, our next caller now is 614, ending in 5817. Hello.
Hi. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake.
All right.
So you can go on to the next one. Sorry.
All right. Just put yourself on mute.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And we'll go to 262, ending in 6936. I'm going to unmute you.
Hi. My name's Karen. And
hello, Karen.
Hi. I have a question regarding a lot of the information from, I guess, where our dreams go in future, and can we change that projection? In the sense of when we're dreaming them in the now, and where it takes us, and can we change that projection?
Fun question. Would you mind rewording it for me, maybe in a little bit different flavor?
Okay. How about a dream that I may experience, and it, say, isn't in a positive energy area. Can I change that viewpoint while in the dream if it comes back as another dream again in the continuation? So I don't know if I'm completely clear yet. If I dream that something, say, happens in it that I didn't want to have that outcome, can it something that I can go back and change it?
Okay. Again, very fun question and very advanced. Okay, so when did the dream happen?
Probably this.
Surely you know you're getting set up, right?
Yeah.
So when did the dream happen?
Time frame? If time doesn't matter, I don't know. I don't know. So it happened in the time frame of the last. In my current, day to day, it happened in my past.
There you go.
So it doesn't matter.
That's right. So it's something, right? Okay. So God has just asked me why do I keep thinking about the thing I already created? So you sound backwards to me. For with great respect and appreciation.
Sorry. Excuse me. There's some interruption.
All right. So
Hello?
just to be of perfect service, the best I can is, I also have great respect, appreciation for the question in that. How is it that when I dream, I go down the wrong road? Would that be a way we might want to participate with information? Hello?
Participate. Yes. How, like, participating with information?
So the information you gave me was, I had a poor dream. I don't like it. I don't want to do that anymore. Please give me some more words if you like. But I didn't like that dream. Why am I dreaming there? Why am I going there when I don't want to? Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So when we talk about dreaming, are we lucid, are we awake, or are we asleep?
Asleep.
Okay, so I'm having dreams I don't like, correct, when you're sleeping. Is that correct?
Right.
All right. Now, this is awesome because notice that a lot of people have bad dreams. Is that a fair statement? Everybody's had a bad dream. Okay. So most bad dreams, if I was to summarize and or give a template for what's occurring here, not sure I can hear anything, but most bad dreams are abductions. There are always going to be abductions for me because you should always be in peace energy. So if you're not in peace energy, would be my gross salutation for I'm going into hyperspace travel and someone's channeling me, making me go a different direction I don't want to go. And so one thing you can do during your sleep is to command your spirit to keep you in peace energy, as an example, before you go to bed. And the more you do it, the more you won't have to do it. So tonight you can water charge, or maybe you have tea, whatever. You ask the water to keep you in peace all night long, forever, whatever you'd like to do. You drink the water, as an example, and then you say it out loud. So you may have varied degrees of success. You will be very successful, I guarantee you. But make that pattern repetition, and you're going to be able to do your authentic travels the way you want to, what you're calling dreams. All dreams are real. Remember that. All dreams are 100% real. So as an example, I command my spirit to keep me in my body all night long. So you can play with it. So now you won't leave your body and or be abducted. Not saying you're getting abducted continuously. It's that you can't measure. You're bouncing in between your consciousness coming in and out, in and out. So a lot of examples I give, notice there's times when you fell asleep and it felt like you were falling off. Just before you fell asleep, it felt like you were falling off a building. And so that's you coming in and out of this physical body because we're growing out of this hindrance. This body is designed to capture us, and we're not preferring it. So it's very fun to travel outside of our bodies when we go to sleep, as an example. But we're so green, we don't recognize it. We think we're dreaming while you're actually traveling. So my suggestion is practice that. Get a call back to me. I guarantee you'll have success if you go to sleep. Before you go to sleep, command your spirit to keep you in your body all night long, and then play with it in a different way. I command my spirit to go to my home planet. Try that one night. Now, that is a very, very advanced statement, because while you're gone, what's going to jump back in? You have to be very careful, but that's how incredibly vast we are. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
All right. Please mute yourself. Thank you. All right. Next caller is 239, ending in 0242. Trying to unmute you. Huh. That's so weird. All right. I apologize. So we're going to try someone else. 520, ending in 3088. There you go. 3088. You're on the air. Hello? Okay. Next one is DeRosa. Do you know how to unmute yourself? Okay. You're unmuted, DeRosa. All right, everyone. All right, DeRosa, please go ahead and put yourself on mute again. So we'll go on to the next one. 210, ending in 3385. And welcome. 3385? All right, everyone. If you can't get on, don't want to be on the line, and I open your line, please go ahead and mute yourselves again. All right, the next one is, I think this is 18, okay. Hello? All right, next one is Helena.
Hi, hello. You haven't muted me, right?
Yeah, who is this?
You can hear me, right?
We can hear you.
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
And could you do us a favor? Could you take yourself off speaker?
Off speaker?
Yeah, because it comes across as you're in a tunnel.
Okay, I don't know how to do that. Oh, yes, maybe. Is that better?
I think it's better.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I can't hear you.
No, you can't hear us. All right, go back to where you were before.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I got a little confused about this. I wasn't prepared to give you a question, but I'm in Denmark, so maybe you could say something, Q, about how is it going in Denmark with all these problems we have around with the government and all that. Shall we just keep on doing our work and accept everything that is, and then everything will be fine? Are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you very well. Thank you. Okay, so you have problems in Denmark. Is that what you're stating?
I think all over the world we have problems as the things are just now.
Okay, so you have problems all over your world, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm talking about how we can I don't know how to put the question really.
Okay, very good. Teach me about your problems, please. Okay, so right now, are you in your home right now?
Yes, I'm in my home, and
Okay.
I'm
Okay, so you're in
working
your
on-
home. You're in Denmark in your home right now. Is that correct?
Yes, I feel safe here.
Okay. And you feel very safe in your home
Yes.
in Denmark, correct? Okay.
Yes.
And so in your house, how many rooms are in your house?
5.
5 rooms. In which
Yes.
rooms are there problems?
I don't have problems here.
You don't have
I
any
don't have
problems. So you
problems.
don't have any. Okay, so wait a minute. You don't have any problems in your home. Is that correct?
No. Yes.
Okay, so where are these problems at?
I was just thinking of. I wasn't prepared to give you a question, so I thought, what can I ask you about in a hurry? And I thought,
Yes, it's okay.
everywhere.
It's okay. I get to have fun too. This is all about me, right?
No, sorry.
We have a perception that there are problems somewhere. The dogma and propaganda against you is extremely vast. And the way they do it is by getting you to believe in the past. So if you're just right now, then what is really the problem? I'm just right now.
Yeah, I don't have any problems.
Okay. So now,
Actually,
if I could go now, if the paperboy brings me another problem, if the mailman brings me another problem, now I keep believing in the past and/or problems. That's what I'm doing my best to explain to everyone. If we would just be neutral and then go get inspired, there's no problems now, is there?
No, you're right. I know that.
Forgive me for the redundancy. I'm doing my best here. But God and goddesses are continually on these questions talking about things that have already happened. So you really can't say any. So here's the only model I found in the English language that works to explain what I'm doing my best to explain. And that is, no one can tell you what you are, where you are, or how you are, because if they do, that would always be dictating, delivering you judgment and or a deliverable of the past. You're only right now. Everything I talked about is gone. No one can judge you. No one can tell you there's something wrong if you're just in peace energy. And that's the value I do my best to bring to you. I am neutral. I don't see time the way you all do because I'm not here. You are. Doing my best to deliver this. I hope that helps.
Thank you. Yes, of course. I know. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. I have a few people here that are unmuted. So 3088, do you have a question? And hi, Lana, go ahead. There you go. Thank you. Tell us, hi, Lana. Tell everyone how you just put yourself on mute.
Okay, I just put my what do you call it? I just put the cursor down in the left lower corner and
correct.
Press it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right. So 3088. Are you here? If not, go all the way down to the bottom, and where it says mute, press that so you can be muted. Everyone that's online. 1871 250 1871. Hello? Hello? All right. 3385. 210, ending in 3385. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Helena, thank you. All right, our next caller now is, let's see. I have someone here. I don't have a name. Let's go ahead here with Marrakesh. Marrakesh. I'm going to go ahead and unmute. I think. You know, one of these days we're going to get efficient computers that work properly. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to go on to our next person, and that's Renee. All right, Renee, you're on. Hello. Oh, no, you just got... There you are.
Okay, sorry, I have some issue. Hello from Germany. I appreciate that I have the opportunity to ask you about Germany. It seems that Germany is one of the countries that is most indoctrinated. One of you has something about the German good.
Renee,
yes?
we couldn't hear you completely. I think it was almost too loud. Could you repeat that question for you? Or for,
can
for
you
us?
hear me better now?
Try it again.
Okay, I tried. So my question belongs to Germany. It seems that Germany is one of the most indoctrinated countries in the world. I think every one of you heard something about the German guilty. And I don't know now how it could happen that that this country wakes up, because it is so hard to be. All of you can say, yeah, I'm from America and I'm an American, or where do you come from? When you say it in Germany, you are directly a Nazi. Or when you demand something that is said on the media, you are a Nazi. And I don't know what should happen that the people wakes up here. Maybe you can tell me something about that, because I read and heard a lot of things that Germany has a very important role in this whole awakening process on the world.
Yes, very good. I feel you very, very authentically. I thank you very much for speaking from your heart. It really, really makes me feel connected to you. Thank you. Again, I don't want to dismiss that there's not a lot of attention on us, but it is also flattery that there's a lot of attention on us, because we're growing out of the mold, if you will. And so this is a really fun question for me, because we wouldn't have that problem if we weren't growing out of the mold. And so I have some dear friends in Austria and in Germany, and they know who they are. And they've educated me a lot of your region. And because I can transfer and bilocate, I see a lot of the issues I will assume you're referring to, and that is the understanding of what we are in relationship to physicality is all that's going on here. I'm a spirit. How do I get everyone to wake up and know that they're a spirit too, is what I'm getting out of this question. Is that okay for me to answer it that way?
Yeah, it's okay, and thank you a lot for that answer.
Yeah, so how do we get all the others to get on the bus with us is what I'm hearing, and there is no shortcuts. Yeah, just a high frequency being like yourself participating with lower frequencies actually is what is the most efficient way to get people more stimulated. This is how we work in the universe. So when we go out into the multiverse and we spread out into singularity, the tool we have that's flawless is what you all are calling ascension, which is absolutely an incomplete word. It's very limited to what your capabilities are, and that is the recalibration, reconfiguration to the light. So all of you have been together at one time, and now all of you are in singularity. And so it's very fun for me to get this question, and many questions, of course, in that now you're recognizing it. And why does everybody have self-judgment, proactive judgment over society? And the best I can do is to start looking at stereotypes, judgment, everything you perceive that has happened is gone. So you can't really say a stereotype exists right now if we're just right now. And I know it gets old, and I know you want a roadmap for solving a problem, but there's no other problem than us. We are the problem. If we would just be neutral and then go get excited about our next choice is my great promotion to you. I hope that helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot. So it's not my quest to say something to someone that it is that way. It is my quest to just be myself and so spread my energies to the others. So it's getting the energy of the collective. Did I understand that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So my question to you is, why do you live in the middle of a war if you don't like war? If you like living with people that you don't like, then why do you do it? Et cetera, et cetera. We can keep making choices we don't prefer and expect a different outcome. But forgive me, but if you don't like where you're living, you don't like the people you're around, why would you do it? And I didn't say the diversity here isn't bad. It is. You can come up with all the stigmas and dogma, why you have to live in an area. I have kids, I have family. But it's really up to you if you want to get involved in an environment you don't like or an environment you do like. I hope that helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Thank you so much, Q.
Okay. Thank you very much, Renee. Okay. I'm going to ask if you could put yourself on mute now. Thank you. Okay, so let's go on to, I think we did this where? Marrakesh. Oh. It's really interesting that I can't unmute him. All right. Okay, next person is Anna J. Anna J., see if you can unmute yourself. All right. We'll go on to the next one. 813, ending in 1753. 813, ending in 1753. Here you are. One 1753. You're here. Hello. Okay. Can you hear us? All right, let's go ahead and to the next person. Next person is Emma. Emma Tosca. Hello, Emma. You're on the air. All righty. Okay, so let's go with Brenda. Brenda at Rendale.
Hey, Jen.
Oh, we got you.
Hi.
How come How come I can't unmute you?
How come you can't unmute me? Hold on.
But we can hear you. But that's okay.
All right.
We gotcha.
Okay, bonus. My question is, have you heard of a company called OnPassive? It's a global AI IT company, which is launching globally tonight in about 8 hours. And I'm wondering its role in the transition. I feel that it's a benevolent company and here to provide new technologies and read mankind. And I just wanted to get on it, if I may.
Yes, no problem. Okay, so go ahead and explain the company to me, make sure I have the right one. Go ahead and explain to me the services they provide.
Well, it's an AI company, basically organically built for a software platform to... You do know you're getting set up, right? I'm getting set up.
It's kind of funny, isn't it? Okay, so again, the services, doing my best to make light. I'm making light of artificial intelligence. Okay, so the artificial intelligence is a service that you're going to sign up for because they deliver what? Please educate me.
Well, they provide that are superior and better value for people who use products like webinar platforms that would have solved probably the problems that you're having here today.
Okay, very good. All right, so they'll use, in what modality will they use to deliver their products and services?
I don't understand that question. What do you mean? What modality?
Okay, is this an internet-based company?
Yes. Yeah. I mean,
Okay, but they do a better job of streaming your communications, correct?
Far superior. It's pretty much
far superior. Okay. So here's the answer to your question. How many internets are there?
Well, according to my understanding, is there's going to be one eventually here.
So there's going to be one internet. So we'll have one internet controlling the volume of information you get. Is that correct?
As I understand it.
You don't see an issue with that?
I guess it depends whose hands it's in.
Very good answer. So why are we not entrusting our consciousness to be our authentic internet? Did you know that there are many planets where you can talk to somebody without talking and they're on the other side of the planet?
I know, but Q, if we are capable of that, we wouldn't have to have this call today. We could all sit here.
You are capable. This is my whole point. You are capable of it. So anything outside yourself is still outside yourself. I didn't say that this provider is not authentic or have integrity. I'm stating, what do you really need off the internet other than collaboration and communications with each other? Isn't that all the internet's for?
Right, but...
So why would we let someone control it? Didn't say these aren't good people with good hearts. I'm saying, why do we compartmentalize our communication? There should be a million internets on your planet, is what I'm saying. And there is. It's called your telephone number.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of issues still, in the last
All right, common sense, friends.
No, don't let me come across as disingenuous. This is a very valuable question. It's very valuable. We're entrusting these networking systems that go on one pipe, one internet, and so everything about your communications now is being undermined, and it can be done instantly. They can actually, with your internet, they can change the tone of my voice as I speak in real time. They can change the words I'm speaking to you in real time if they want to. No problem.
Okay,
that's what AI is. That's how powerful AI is, because you're using one internet and it only has one pipe to go down.
But if we didn't have, these communication modalities, like I'm holding a cell phone and you're holding one too, and so you probably have the capacity to communicate with me, but I don't remember the capacity of communicating with you without my cell phone.
Very good. I hope you remember. That's the best I can do. How else can I help you?
In the meantime, I guess we'll have to depend upon these sorts of hopefully very benevolent companies.
If you say so, that's what we'll do.
Thank you, Brenda. Okay. All right. If you're not on the line, please mute yourself. Press the button all the way on your screen, all the way to the left, where it says mute or unmute. Please mute yourself. All right. Now we have, let's see. We have Deanna. All right, Deanna, can you unmute yourself? Or I have Rich here. Rich, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, hello, Rich?
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, you've got Q here.
Okay. I wasn't sure what question I was going to ask, but so I want to go with your command Q. If I command something of my spirit, does it always happen in the same way I would expect it to be?
Oh, that's an outstanding question. That's so fun. Thank you so much. I love hearing that, because that it just brings me so much joy, because that means you've already noticed that it does play with you, doesn't it? It does. It does. Isn't it fun? It does. It kind of goes, wait a minute, I wanted new shoes, and now he's giving me a haircut. How's that working? Whoa, that's just cool. And so that's how intelligent we are as the spirit. So as a collective, when we come from source, and then we silo ourselves into the expression of an individual being, never do the outthinking process. So as long as you just let it flow, source is always going to have you. No problem. So play with it, because you really don't know what you're missing. And that's why I do my best to make your commands, you're just talking to source, expansive, and let it do the work for you. So I command my spirit to increase my life force energy. How do you know that your fingernails should be growing longer, or et cetera, or you need your garden to grow faster? It's going to help you. So that's the best I can do. I hope that helps.
Yeah. Well, in essence, let's just say, for example, I command my spirit to experience the level of integration that occurs when the immortal level of light is available for each of us, because that's who we are. And from that perspective, I command that my body become fully present to the wholeness that it always has been, and eliminate anything that's not that.
Yeah, it's fine to get more granular. I assume that's the question. Is so as we feel all these different opportunities, again, I'm just going to suggest make it really simple, sweet, and broad. So that's a lot of words for I command my spirit, I command Prime Creator to increase the world's life force energy. Don't try and direct it. You can be specific, you can be intrinsic, it's going to work just fine, but the broader the more incredible the outcome will be. Hope that helps.
And commanding it, is that a universal principle, or is that just from your perspective of how to manifest that way?
Yeah, thanks for that question. Okay, so on when you're in different frequencies, the standards label you've given it here is dimensions. I prefer if we use frequencies. So in many mammals in the universe, you don't have to verbalize increasing your life force energy example. You just bring it in. So if Zora was here on the call, they're familiar with increasing and decreasing light as they feel comfortable. And then so they live within our planet, but they have less restrictions than we do in physicality. I hope that helps. So essentially, you don't need to do what we're doing because the mind that we have is the restriction. The DNA we have is the restriction, it's the filter. So that's why when you verbalize it, you get harmonics and light to work together. So this type of human is designed to reduce the volume of light as a generalization and the volume of frequency you can receive unless you exercise with it. That's the only reason we've endorsed this methodology, is so you just get used to using that muscle, your spirit, seated in the pocket of what you're calling a soul. The more you use it, the more you don't have to do the commands. I hope that helps.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Beautiful, Rich. Thank you. Next caller is 813, ending in 1753. Hello, Rich. Is that still your number? 1753. All right. All right. Let's go over here to Deanna. Oh, here we are. 510. Ending in 24889. Ending in 2489. You're on the air. How about 813, ending in 1753? All right, do me a favor, everyone. Please, if you're not unmute, go mute yourself the bottom left of the screen. Okay. Let's go to our next caller. Let's see. All right, here we go. Angela?
Is that me? Angela? Did you say Angela?
Yeah, that is you.
Oh, it's my turn. I have a question about Stargate. I always see like liquid water, like you would see in a pool, in different colours, and travelling through vortexes. And my daughter, when she comes and lays next to me, has an experience of zipping through vortexes and going into different dimensions. So I just wanted to know, what is this? Thank you.
Oh, hold on 1 second. We've got it in. Somebody else is on here. Hold on. All right. Whose speaker is on? Please check it and put yourself on mute, please. 3088. Please put yourself on mute. Ending in 3088. Please put yourself on mute. All right, Angela.
Okay, forgive me. The question was a little. Yeah. Please, my apologies. It was a little broken there. Go ahead.
Okay. So my question is about Stargates, and I think I heard you mention another time about some people have Stargate technology, and I just wondered, do I have that because of the experiences that I've had with, and particularly like when I close my eyes, quite often I see like liquid light, which looks like when you look into a pool and you see cells of water and colour, and other experiences where I'm going through vortexes. And my daughter, when she lays next to me at night time, she has an experience of also going through vortexes and through different dimensions. So the question is about more information about Stargates, and do I have that technology?
Okay, very good. And the answer is yes. I don't yet, but we would suggest that you change the definition to match what your capabilities are. Okay, so a Stargate, a vortex, and portal technology is completely different. So you must realize Stargates are created, portals are natural for us. So the reason I'm able to be here with you now is with portal technology.
Excuse me. Hey, Q. We didn't get that whole sentence.
Fun, isn't it? Always. Okay, let's do it. I'll do it again. All right, so you have the answer in your heart. You already know the answer. My suggestion, I'm being heard, correct, Jane?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay, so I would like you to look at portal technology, vortices, and Stargates as completely different compartments of our abilities. So as an example, Stargates are constructed by something else. Portal technology is something we have the ability to do, and or time travel. So this is how I am here right now. I am using portal technology. So I'll give you a little more detail. When you look at how much my light is in this physical body, in the percentage of time, it would look about 10% to a given second. So 150 times a second is how I come in here. All of us have this ability, by the way. So what I would call portal technology is basically time travel, dimension travel, frequency travel, whatever word you like there. Portal technology is being able to come and go from another frequency into another frequency continuously as much as you want, whereas a vortice is focused on planetary transfer of your light. So as an example, I can use a vortex. I live on a vortex, by the way, and I can travel through and around your planet with vortices. So completely different. Portals are specific to a spirit, and a Stargate is a construction of using transfer of spirit to another location. I'll show you where a Stargate is. Go to Egypt. Notice there's some large buildings there. Hope that helps.
Right. Okay. So the vortices are for like Earth's planetary moving. I remember that because I actually come through the Earth often with seeing the vortexes because they're spiral. The other ones where you go through space, and I've actually my feet are often on fire, and I can feel the sensation through my body. So that would be more portal, would it? That one, the going through space with the sensations feeling like you're going through fire.
Yeah, it's an outstanding. It's a very advanced question. So you're starting to recognize your abilities to be able to use bilocation, portal technology, and the planet you're on, vortices, to enhance it. So it depends on your commitment and intentions in geography. So as an example, you can use portal technology and go to the sun right now, and many of us do, because and so it's very, very organic for us to go to the sun because its intentions are to enhance us out here on our planet. So the sun really loves us in no way to measure how much the sun loves us. So most of us stop at the sun first and go, hey, what's it like to live in this solar system? Because the sun dictates a lot of the intentions that we're experiencing on our planet. You can see it in your food and in the way you live your life. Everyone loves to see sunset. Notice everyone goes out and watches sunsets. Why is that? That's pretty odd, isn't it? Well, because we remember being a part of that star and or what you're calling Stargate, that I'm saying is portal technology. We're just transferring ourselves from point A to point B with ease, with great ease. It's absolutely no work. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Thank you, excellent, Angela. All right. All right, next caller is T. Stacy. Let's see if I can open you up.
Hello,
There
can
we go.
you hear me?
We can. Thank you, Stacy.
Yes, am I too loud?
Just a little bit of a echo.
Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Hello, Q.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
My question is, what is the best music artist to listen to increase our vibration?
Oh, well, that's easy. I mean, that's just super easy. It's going to be Spinal Tap.
Thank you.
That's not funny. That's got to be funny.
That's funny.
Okay. It's called Spinal Tap. I mean, even the name of the band is perfect. Spinal Tap. Come on. My amplifier goes to 11. Anyway, it would be impossible for me to answer that question because we're so unique in our expression from moment to moment. What does it feel like? What feels good when you listen to music? Give me an example.
I would have to say when I listen to like Stevie Nicks, old music, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, a lot of old music lifts me up.
Yeah, cool. So I'm glad you said that. Now, what you're going to notice, at least in the modern Western world, is our legacy music from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s didn't get contaminated with the types of transmissions, recordings. So notice that was humongous. And notice that your radios used to have bulbs in them, and the transmission, the frequency of them was more authentic. And so the modern music industry and or the equipment we use to listen to modern music today is much different than it used to be. And so that frequency has been snookered out of us because we're not transmitting. So even these phones, you can't really transmit the same harmonics that we used to, and that's why you like the old music, because they were recorded on an input and output that was more authentic. So analog was really good way to receive true harmonics. So our voices, our music. And so I'm always excited when someone talks like you do, because you remember, hey, why does the old music feel better? Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so if you get a record and you get an old turntable and you get an old stereo, that's my suggestion for everyone, regardless of the music they like and the words they like. It's the harmonics is what our spirit really absorbs. So many musicians, one that's fun to listen to is Pink Floyd. Even if you don't like the music in the mid 70s from Pink Floyd, you're going to see that their signature has a tremendous amount of information that has nothing to do with the words, and it's all from the frequency in which they're playing. And so, anyway, play with that, but I'm not going to be able to give you an opinion on what should be the best music. I would prefer if we just enjoy a high frequency and or a clean frequency of our music and or a more efficient frequency with our music. I hope that helps.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Many blessings.
Basically, everybody's talking and he's answering.
Hi, Bill. Hello, Bill.
Are you talking to this, Bill?
Yeah, talking to you.
Okay, yeah, we're trying to listen in and enjoy this show.
Hey, maybe Sandy would like to say hi.
Hi, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get the picture on.
Okay. This is Sandy. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of let people know a little bit about you. We know about Bill and all of his amazing, gifts of business, of everything that has to do with business. You, Sandra, however, have an amazing background. You might have a question for Q.
Well, next I'm trying to figure out how to get the video on.
Oh, here, hey, do me a favor. You sound like you're way far away.
Oh, your phone.
I mean, it's we could hear the speaker.
Okay. How do you turn the picture on?
Well, never mind. We can hear you.
Okay, all right.
So just lower the speaker a little.
Okay. Lower the speaker.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. And just like Angela did on the last call, she told us what she can do or what she's experienced in this lifetime. And I would like to have you share that as well with others. And your question for Q, perhaps. We love you, Bill, by the way.
Thank you. Well, we always love you and listen to you every chance we get. I love all the people on the call and all the speakers, so that's great. It's a real good to have Sandy here today, so talk a little bit.
Okay, Sandra.
I think I had a pretty unusual childhood. I had sightings from the time I was 3. My first one was a cigar craft. I was abducted when I was 8 years old, which changed my life to the extent that I was in such fear I almost couldn't maintain a normal life. Continued to have sightings and actual dimensional shifts, and we actually still do. We live in a very strange area where any night that it's clear, I can go out and see something. and we have portals coming and going out of our house. If I throw a ball for the dog, I have to be careful because the ball will go in the portal and I'll lose it and then never get it back again. So sometimes I'm afraid to step outside of the office door for fear I'm going to disappear. And we have one in our bedroom with things going across the top of the ceiling, so I shut my eyes and eventually they went away. But this is a real strange area. We just have things going on all the time. And we really love Q and appreciate. I probably have so many questions that I wouldn't even know where to start.
Well, how about just one question for Q?
The biggest thing that's always on my mind is, how do I fit in all this? Where did I come from? Why am I so strange? I don't seem to be able to fit in anywhere that's normal because so many things happen all the time. And I have such big plans for what I want to do in the fifth dimension. I'm just really uncomfortable here. So is there a way that you can get through the ascension process and feel halfway normal?
Okay, so welcome to the club.
Thank you. Thank you.
So all of what you're experiencing is really normal because you have more capabilities. So let's just start there. Okay. So when I say capabilities, it's you have less restrictions. Your body has less restrictions to the spirit coming in, and that's why you're able to see the multidimensional realities. So I'm not comfortable with the word dimensions, but it's the easy conversation, if you will. Can I ask you a few questions? Is that okay, so I can be of service to you?
Sure.
Okay, so you stated something that's very important to all your questions, and that is you remember the abductions when you're a child. Is that correct?
Yes. Right down to every minute.
Okay, so without going into too much detail, don't make it too personal because I know why they're abducting you, but make everyone aware, what do you remember about the abductions?
I remember what I was certain to be the Greys with 3 fingers so close that I could almost smell the fingers. And then I had long hair. My hair was standing up, and it seemed to be like I was going up into some kind of a wormhole with multicolors and kind of a long curving shaft. And then, it's kind of sketchy after that. And I was gone most of the night and returned the same way. But before I went, I was totally paralyzed. I could hardly move my eyes. I felt like I couldn't breathe at all. Long periods of time was just...
Okay, hold me there. So I want to make sure I'm of good help to you here. All right, so the sleep paralysis you've experienced as a child and the paralysis you experience as an adult, can you tell me the last time you've been paralyzed while you were sleeping at night?
Never since then.
Okay, so you don't remember any paralysis while you're sleeping. So here's a key indicator of sleep paralysis. You wake up, but you're not quite awake, and you try and scream, and you can't scream. Has that happened when you're an adult?
No. Well, sometimes that I was awake and it felt like sleep paralysis, but it wasn't a scary situation.
Right. Okay, and so, all right, so do you want to add to your story? I have enough information now to help you, but do you want to keep going with your abduction story when you were a child?
Well, it was the night before Valentine's Day, and I was 8 years old, and when I came back, I came back kind of the same way and was placed in the bed just like that, but I was in such fear that I couldn't hardly get out of the bed to get up in the morning, and I couldn't speak, and I wanted to tell someone, but I was so afraid. I could hardly speak all day.
Okay, very good. I've got all the information you need. I just want to show you a couple more things with the questions I ask. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, so when this happened, what geography are you in? What part of the planet were you on?
Oh, Washington State.
Whereabouts in Washington?
Wenatchee. Very close to Mount Rainier because we just had sightings all the time.
Yeah, very good. Okay, and so it was the backside of Rainier, wasn't it?
Right, backside of Rainier.
Okay, very good. And then the abductions that you're referring to, do you remember any more specific details? Can you remember where they took you? Do you remember anything about that?
Well, I asked Dora to come help me know how to remember, but I don't seem to be able to do it very clearly. But there was in the middle of that, there was other things happening, like dark people walking right through the walls, coming in the front window and going out the side of the house, right next to me. Just all kinds of strange things.
Yep. No, it's actually very normal. What's unusual for all of us is you're actually able to keep your memories and or remember them and observe them in real time. So that's why I made the joke of welcome to the club. All right, so let's get some answers out for you. What the goal is with the individuals that are doing that. So I'm very careful not to label the individuals that are doing the abductions. I have a tremendous amount of experience with the individuals that harvest our genetics and harvest us reasons and scavenge our massive capabilities when we're in singularity. So that is the short version for you are a part of the breeder program. If it's okay for me to say, you'll notice you give me enough information. I'm not going to give you anything that you don't start me down the rabbit hole, if you will. So the abductions are designed, in your case, is to get more of you because of your capability. And this is very common when I'm working with the secret space soldiers, all the people who have been implanted, getting their memories back. The one common denominator is you've lost the gap between after you woke up and after the abduction. But you got a portion of the abduction. Okay, so when the abduction later in life are different because they're measuring the genetics they've stolen from us, me included, and how to mimic and marry it. So they get to check in on us once in a while and say, "Hey, how come she has so much capability and the genetics we stole from her doesn't?" As an example. Many different reasons for them to check back in on us. But essentially, you were initially in the breeding program because you're so viable. Does that help you?
Yeah. Can I ask you?
So what they really want is our abilities, and this is why they did it to me too, is they want multidimensional, again, I don't care for that word, they want multidimensional capabilities. They can't get into the higher dimensions. And you all like to use the fifth dimension as the golden gate. They want way more than the fifth dimension. I assure you that. Hope that helps.
Could I ask you one more thing?
You can ask me whatever you want. I love this. I love this show. I love Jane and Billy. And I love everyone who's listening. And I will always love you. Even though I come across as a little hard sometimes, I just enjoy this so much.
Oh, okay. I'm not real young, but I have a kind of an unusual thing. I've got super strength. One time I picked up a car and picked it up over a cement wall. I picked up a grand piano. I go to the gym every day, and I'm one of the strongest people in the gym. I max out the machines. I just seem to have endless strength, and if I call on it, it becomes super strength. Does that have a way of tying in with all that?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. So notice that they can't figure out how you're doing it. They want it. So that's what they use, me, Stuart Swerdlow, many of us in the programs, is so certainly they made me, killing machine. It's what they want to do. They want to make super incredible beings out of us and then trick us into not knowing we're doing it. So the cutting and pasting of time and your ability to, say, pick up a car is part of their little trick. So if you don't know that you're being cutting and pasted, but you still have all the abilities you're stating, as an example, that's what they're going for. They don't want you to remember that you can go wipe out an entire city with just a thought. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so you can actually take a thought, as you said, and destroy something and or pick up a car. Okay, and so that's why they used us in the hyperspace programs or deep space programs, is because we didn't have any limitations. And so maybe you've heard some of my stories, information, I should say, with Billy and our relationship at Area 51. The reason that I worked with Billy at Area 51 is I refused to work with anyone who did not have heart-centered capability. I refused to fly the vessels unless I had someone teach anyone, unless they were heart-centered, conscious-centered, because they're not capable of flying a vessel. This is what you just explained to us. I don't have the doubt or fear that I can do it, and that's what an evolved being does here. And all of us have this ability, and all of us are getting it back. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. I did listen, and I do appreciate your comments on that.
Thank you. Much, much, much joy and love to you. Beautiful day.
Thanks so much, Sandy. And you too, Billy. We'll talk soon. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Okay. All right. Next caller is 470, ending in 2988. You're here with Q.
Jane, this is Viv.
We love you, Viv.
I pressed one when I got on. I thought I was unmuting myself. But, of course, thank you, Q. Thank you again for coming this lifetime and helping us out. Appreciate you so much. Let's see. Questions? Okay, we spoke to Zora, and he mentioned that New Jerusalem is really the basis and where heaven is being held right now. Can you tell us what goes on in heaven? Q?
Q, loves you. Didn't hear the question. Please go again.
I said, Zora mentioned to us that heaven is actually basically located on the New Jerusalem. And I was wondering what exactly goes on in heaven.
Yep.
So where's heaven at?
Zora told us it's located on the New Jerusalem right now.
Where's heaven?
Located on the New Jerusalem, according to Zora.
Okay. So, again, your definition of heaven is?
Where source resides myself. Source and the Ascended Masters and the Great White Brotherhood, Great White Sisterhood, the higher dimensions. The higher dimensions.
Okay, and where are the higher dimensions?
That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know where they're at.
You don't know where they're at? Are they everywhere?
No, I don't know where they're going to be. I wonder if we can find them. I wonder if we can find the higher dimensions somewhere. Where do you think they are?
I think Well, they're spirits, so they can be anywhere. That's for sure.
They can be anywhere. So they're spirits. They can be anywhere. I think you just answered your own question, didn't you?
Anywhere they want to be. Okay. All right.
Okay. So where are the higher dimensions, Miss Goddess? Where are they? Forgive me. I get to have fun too. Okay. So don't let me take anything away from Zora. Yes, I know you're going to give it. Okay, so don't let me take anything away from what Zora and Zora have said. You must realize the English language is very difficult, very tricky. So when you silo us into topics, we're not very good because the information we have is far grander than the words we're delivering to you. Okay, and so that's why I become a lot outspoken, because you're going to get information from the higher dimensions right now just listening to my words that have nothing to do and or very little to do with the information being received. Okay? So here's what you can count on. Places like the one you described live at a continuous high frequency in what you're calling heaven. Okay, you can do that on planet Earth. You can do that on Mars. You can do it anywhere in any dimension, any frequency. Again, the dimensional description is absolutely flawed, but your frequency capability is endless. So your ability to be in heaven, as you say, is right under your nose forever. And if you want to find an ascended master, go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. I hope that helps.
Yeah, well, I know that. That one I know.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you,
Dave. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Appreciate this call.
Okay. All right. Our next caller. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead. Hi, Eric.
Right here.
There you are.
Hold on. You able to see me?
Well, I can.
Okay. As long as you guys can hear me and see me.
Okay,
my question is Q. My question is, since I started my path, I thought I was walking the right way, and I have a counterpart I still care about in the connection of children. And I feel like I'm going up against the government right now with a custody battle, extortion, maybe knowing too much. I'm thinking about leaving Georgia to go reset in Florida to let the energy go. Would you support that move?
Yeah, it's really fun because all of us are experiencing levels of this as we move through to the higher frequency. It's quite interesting, even myself. And so the more you push back, you notice you get more pushback, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is the best I can do with the best I've done with the English language to teach this is the more you participate in things you don't prefer, the more you get things you don't prefer. It's just that simple. Do you like going to the courtroom? Is that a fun place?
I do not like chasing down paperwork. I do not like following paperwork. I do not like
so
watching
you know what you do? You know what you do? You just don't do it, and you just trust your heart, and the outcome will work out perfectly, because the universe will support you. And everyone I get calls from about this, if you start getting on the bandwagon, guess what? You're on the bandwagon. So it's up to all of us to get real brutally honest with ourselves. Do we like arguing with the IRS? Yeah, and I haven't found a straight answer yet from anybody. And it is a great teaching tool for me too, because I get to dabble and play with you guys just like you do. There's no difference between me and you, and I just get more ability to stop time and watch it and see how it works. And then, of course, I'm dealing with the aliens, and their agenda and its relationship, because I can see them in real time, just like the last lady, but times 100, I'm actually seeing them in real time. So most of this planet is run by aliens, and the court system is one of those agendas and or the laws that are in the modern world. So forgive me for being long-winded. No, I don't endorse participating in child custody. Well, first of all, children turn into adults, so you don't want children around. So let's get rid of all the children, right? And then Jane's going to slap my face because she loves it.
Yes.
All I know is children turn into adults. That's all I know. Okay. So anyway, have fun with the court systems, because I play with them, and I'm going to destroy maritime law. We're very close to it, and
Yay.
you can actually look at everything that happens in a court has to do with the past. Everything. So how could you be wrong if it's already gone? Is what I keep saying. How could you be wrong if it's already gone? That's my question to you.
Right.
Does that make sense? You love kids. You love your children. You don't have custody of it.
I love my kids. I love teaching kids.
Right. So you just don't stop. Just love it. You love what you do. Just do it. Yeah, maybe someone's going to try and hurt you. Maybe someone's trying to fight you. Maybe someone's going to try to obstruct you. But if you just keep loving what you do, it'll all work out. I hope that helps.
So, yeah, I love telling the truth, and I love chasing vibrations, so I'm going to put my vibration first. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Eric.
That caller is very savvy. I already knew the answer.
Yeah.
Just wanted a little high five. I like it.
Good job, Eric. All right. I think we're going to take a little bit of a break. So everybody stay where you are, and we're not going to take any more calls for now. We will take a Q, can we take about 15-minute break, or how much time do you want? Did we lose Q?
Yeah, go ahead.
15-minute break or 10?
You pick. Go ahead. 15's fine.
All right. 15 is good. All right, everyone. See everybody in 15 minutes. Bye-bye. Here we go again. Amazing and fantastic call so far. Thank you so much, Q, and all of our participants. Q and all of us, we love you all that are on this call and those that are going to be listening. So here we go. Let's see if I just need to kind of go backwards a little bit. Maybe what I should do, and thank you to Steve. Let me see if I'm going to go ahead. If you are interested in, and you have a question for Q, at the bottom of your screen, if you're online, you'll see where it says interactions. Press that, and then you can raise your hand. So go ahead and do that, and then I'll know who to call on. Otherwise, I'll put you to the side, anyone else to the side, until we get that done. All right? It'll be much easier more efficient anyways. Okay, so here we go. I'm looking for people that have their hands raised. So here we go. Here's Enrique. Hello, Enrique.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
We can.
Great. I'm so excited that you chose me, and I'm so excited to be speaking to Q as well. It's the middle of the night here. I'm also calling from South Africa, so I'm extremely excited. My question for Q is as follows. I've had the pleasure of being, I'm a mom, and when my daughter was 4 years old, she sat on my lap one day and she said to me, "Mom, I remember being a star, and then they showed me a picture of you, and I chose you as my mom." And I remember when my son was around 3-4 years old, he told me who had been in a previous life. So I see it as a beautiful story that if we know where we came from, it would be a beautiful story to tell. But I wanted to find out from Q, is that correct? Do we come from the stars, and do we make a choice about being on this planet? And if so, in how much detail do we plan our being here?
So awesome. Thank you so much. That's just amazing conversation. We could do this one for weeks and weeks, couldn't we? The relationship to stars and ourselves, for me, is symbiotic. I don't see a difference between a star and a human, as an example. And so to get those memories and or have your real time with yourself is what you just explained to me. I know I was a star, as an example. Okay. So there's many people that call me and say, "I know I was a rock. I know I was a tree. I know I was with the Galactic Federation," and et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So this is another example that we're all getting our feedback underneath us. We're getting our collective conscious back, regardless of your age. For me, a lot of the younger people who haven't been abducted, contaminated, implanted, most of the younger people have a little more tools because this genetic version of us, Mammolin, is getting, let's say, the light is growing around the restrictions, as you've probably heard me say many times, of this type of human, and that's what we're going through in the ascension cycle, for lack of a better definition. In any event, yes, what you explained is someone who remembers being a star. Okay? And more importantly, the intentions of a star, so we'll use our sun as an example, the intentions of your star resonate to all the planets you're going to live on. So as an example, before I came to this planet, I spent an enormous amount of time, lack of a better definition, on our sun so I could understand its intentions, its integrity, because it's the item, i.e., this is how we get our life. This is how the other planets absorb light. Get it? It's all light. And so I hope that helps. But your star that you reside on is just another person, in my opinion. I hope that helps.
Thank you very much, Q. But my question had more to do with the fact is, do we choose our life on this earth before we arrive here? Do we plan it in some way or another? Is there an intention set for the way that our life on this earth plays out?
Yes, and I answered your question already. That's the beauty of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Nope. So I want to make sure I'm clear here, because I don't want to leave her without something that she asked for. The intention of our star is why you're here now. So yes is the answer. I love the intention of this solar system as an example. And so when we're here, we're overthinking the process of inspiration. But when you're higher mind, if you like, higher conscious, our collective body of light, that's what we all are, is all together, and then we express ourselves in individuality. We almost always start with our star to see what the excitement's all about. So, yes, you go and direct yourself because you're excited. That's it. And yes, you chose to come here. And some of us got snookered. Some of us didn't. Hope that helps.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. Love to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Just go ahead and put your unmute. Very good.
Yeah.
It's a really exciting question, because a lot of that's been lost in translation. I think Zora's probably talked about it in the past. So if you want to go somewhere in the multiverse, I really encourage everybody to realize when I say multiverse, I mean no limitations. And so if you wanted to go somewhere, you would go feel the area in which you're going. And we always use the star because that's the best portal technology there ever can be, is the expression of the universe spreading light and or life. I hope that helps.
It does. Very good. Thank you, Q. All right. Our next caller with their hand up is Christina. All right, Christina.
I'm here.
There she is.
Hiya. Hi, Q. As people have been talking, I have a list of questions, and now I'm not sure which one to ask. But I think the first question I'll ask has to do with healing and working with people. And so it's a simple question. I'd like to know what the best tool to use when working with other people. And I'm looking at like protecting them from me and protecting me from them, whatever we all show up with. Do you understand?
So give me an example of protection. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Because I feel quite empathic, and working on people is very draining. It's gotten me personally to the point where I kind of want to quit. And it's weird. And then I think on the other side of it is that I feel that I'm concerned because of my past that there might be entities attached to me that I can't seem to get rid of, and I worry that that might be affecting my clients in a negative way.
Yes, of course. What kind of healing work do you do, or empathic work do you do?
Well, it's kind of weird because I'm really set up in the spa industry, but it seems like people come to me for random services not related really to healing, but always healing happens. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it is interesting. The more we get more of our light in us, the people who need help show up spontaneously, don't they?
Yes.
So, as an example, there's a Reiki practitioner or there's a massage therapist. The person comes for a massage, but they actually get healed of cancer. And they don't. It's quite fascinating, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, and so healers for me, I can just do hours and hours. I love all the conversation around healing. And, to do healing firsthand, I've recognized one thing that's consistent with all the healing I've done and the transfer of energy with many other individuals, and that is being a healer is the most dangerous job on the planet. There's no doubt about it. Because as we get more of our abilities back in us, we become more supple. And so we can feel deeper. So you, as an example, you can feel so deeply, you'll actually take it home if you don't, as you say, protect yourself. And so I've been having this conversation quite a bit recently, and that is, if you can push the light through you more consistently instead of receive outside energies, that's the best tool. So if you want to do protection work, for me, you've actually invited in the negative, because now you assume that you've been attacked or you're going to be attacked. So it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to be attacked. I better attack me. Protect me. So if you continuously push the light through you, so every choice you make from your heart, that's the pushing. And then so the negative, so even if you want to be a healer, they can't touch you if you keep pushing without using your head. You're pressing the light through you in a very, very neutral position. Tricky with this mind. You're always perfect. You're in a continuous state of peace that nothing can get in. Does that help a little bit?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and so I encourage. So if you're still using a lot of mind energy, I notice a lot of the Reiki guys, girls, what have you, they use a lot of the mind energy to do their healing, and guess what? It's really successful, but it's not sustainable. And so I really enjoy these conversations, and I want more of them, but I've yet to find a Reiki practitioner that has a client that doesn't come back for another service. So I hope that helps.
Thank you. I will definitely integrate that information. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
May I ask another question? I had my property doused. Somebody who douses energy lines, and he says I have a node on my property. It's a place where two sets of energy lines intersect. So I guess this is some type of vortex. And I wanted to know if there's anything that I should do with it or not do with having this kind of energy on the property where I live.
Okay, can you explain the vortice to me a little bit?
Well, all I know is that he said I have two sets of type 4 energy lines that run through my property or intersect right on my property, creating
Okay, so hold me there. Hold me there. Okay, so hold me there. So a vortice has an intersection, okay? So all vortices have an intersection. Go ahead.
That's all I really know. He said it's a type 4 line, lower energy, but he says it resonates with peace.
Okay, and so is it okay? Are you there now?
Yes, I am.
Is it okay to come over there real quick?
Yeah, please.
Okay, and so where are you located?
I'm in a city called, a town called Penrose in North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, it's okay to come in your space. Is that all right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, you start to feel me a little bit here. Okay, so yep. All right, so let me explain about voice
excuse me.
technology.
Q?
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask this person. There is a person by the name of Carlos. Please put yourself on mute. Put yourself on mute, please. Thank you. All right, continue, Q.
Yeah, and so I'm doing my best to get you some good information here. But so your vortex, I'm going to let go of you now, by the way. Yeah, I'll assume you felt me come in real quick there. But so the vortex that you're on, you got to remember a vortex feel like it can change just like you can. It has moods, it has directions, because we're the ones that are. So the planetary vortex again is attached to our reflection of how we want to use it, participate. So vortexes can change personalities, for lack of a better definition. It's very vast because it's part of your planetary web system. So think of the latitude and longitude of your planet is been corrupted. It really should be with all the vortices around your planet. So here's a fun vortex hijacking. You'll go into town. I don't care what city you live in. Let's see, you're in North Carolina. So go into Charlottesville. You'll notice that the banks. You'll go down a street in the middle of the city, and there'll be a bank on one corner of the block, a bank on another corner of the block, and all four corners of that block will have a bank on it. And so they're hijacking, for lack of a better definition. They're enhancing their power because they're at a vortex or made the vortex what you might call negative, or they're actually enhancing what they want to install in you, and that is value, money, greed, et cetera, buy another mortgage, put your money here, et cetera. So the vortices can also be, like you say, because they're more nimble when they haven't had many people around them like yours, and many of the individuals around the vortice are of peace and love and light, then of course they're going to inherit that. That's much like the vortice I live on. So I hope that helps. You can change the personality of the vortex because it's a natural, energetic, let's say, blood and or circulation system energetically of your planet. I hope that helps.
Thank you very much, Q.
All right, Christina, thank you. All right, our next caller is Patricia. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, Patricia.
Hello?
Oh, there we are.
Okay. Thank you for taking my call. In regards to in regards to abductions, I've long time had a vision. Well, I recall seeing something in my bedroom and then falling asleep terrified. And then I think afterwards, having these recurrent visions of being immobile and seeing an entity leaving the room, but it had a horrific face. And I guess my question is, are all abductions similar in nature? Do they all mean that they're coming to, they take your, they want something from you, and they're testing?
Yeah, I really welcome these calls. I know it gets a little old listening to me, but I really welcome these calls so we get used to seeing what direction they're coming from. That's really what's going on here. Is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course.
Do you remember what the being looked like?
It had large, I thought they looked hollowed eyes. Maybe they were black. The skin was dull in nature, and the mouth, it was quite frightening. It looked also hollow and dark and wide, and it seemed like it was being compressed as it was exiting the room. There was like a sliding door that, but I didn't get to see the body. The figure that I saw in my bedroom it was just a silhouette, and it was humanoid, and it was tall. I'd say about between 5'10" and 6 feet in height. I thought it was actually going after my siblings, but I was the only one that sensed it and was aware of it. That I'm aware of.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So what's unique about your story is so a lot of times the abductions, I'm going to ask, I'm not going to forget about your root question is why and how the abductions occurred. So remind me when I get done here why they're doing it, how they're doing it, and the identity and or target of you. But I want to talk about this type of being real quick. What you should really commend yourself in is that you were able to remember the abduction. So all of the abductors have mind-wiping capability, almost all of them. So if they can get in, and what you're actually recognizing throughout these calls, and that's why I do all these calls, is we're growing outside of their abilities to mind wipe us because we're using more of our spirit to participate in our reality. Okay, and so it gets lost in translation of the English language, but we're just not able to be abducted as strong as we used to be, as an example. Okay, so the fact that you remember the abduction is an incredible accomplishment. All right, now I'm going to talk about the.
This happened almost over 40 years ago.
Doesn't matter to them. They don't see 40 years like you do.
Okay.
They only that was 1 minute ago for them. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So now you can actually look over the past 40 years. Can you remember anything that happened in your sleep? This being really likes your sleep. Is there something odd about your sleep patterns for the last 40 years, whether it's 10 years ago or 5 minutes ago?
Yes. I think for a while there, I was lucid dreaming where I was able to control everything that was happening in my dreams. Around that time, before or after, when I would dream, I would dream through the eyes of every participant. Whenever one participant was speaking or doing something, I was now in their body. And the next person, I was in their body.
Hold it. Okay, hold it right there. So whose body would you be in?
Whoever was in my dream. I would just hop around.
Okay, so hold me there. So I was in another body, correct?
Right, yes.
Okay. So now would we like to reevaluate what the definition of abduction is?
Well, I don't correlate the abductions with my dreams.
Are you sure? You just said, I remember being in all these different beings looking outside your eyes.
But
what do you think an abduction is? No, this is how they do it. They make it so subtle you don't realize you've left your body going into another body. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so I have been abducted, but I remember being in another being looking outside their eyes. Is that what you said to me?
Yes.
Okay, so what would be an abduction to you then? That's an abduction. They're harvesting our energetics so that we could power and or energize another being. This is an alien war. Is my gross salutation. I don't want to scare anybody. It's a real easy solution. You live in your heart. But this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful conversation because you're getting more of your abilities back and you're very viable. They like you.
Okay, I know that in my dreams in the past, whenever there was a lot of conflict or there was a physical fight or something and I was defending myself and I generally was the victor, I always had compassion for my opponent or my enemy. Mm-hmm. And afterwards, I'd always offer to assist, even though they were, obviously out to injure me or kill me. I always offered compassion afterwards. To be of assistance, to be at peace with them.
So, dear light being, dear light being, my peer, I give them about 3 seconds to come to the light, or I destroy them, and that's my suggestion.
Okay. Okay. I've had a very, I guess, I don't know, not interesting, but very my life. There's been so much learning and so many incidences that I remember, and I distinctly remember being afraid for most of my life and wanting to be invisible and wearing this cloak. And now,
keep going. This is a really great call. Thank you. Please keep going.
Okay. And as I've evolved, and I also was a very I lost my voice, and that was through the parents that I chose. I lost my voice, and I always was. I felt like I wasn't worthy, and I always needed to be around people to validate my existence, that I was worthy. I went through that extreme, and now I've gone to the complete opposite extreme, where now I value my alone time. I love helping people, but I need my alone time. But so much information has been given to me throughout the years, and I know that at the right time I put the piece of puzzle that I'm given at that time, it comes together. But just, I guess I would like more answers, and even though in the past I needed those answers, I was obsessed with them, now I'm more comfortable just waiting and just being at peace and knowing that at this moment in time, my job, because I haven't been able to help a lot of people anymore, I'm now more secluded. I'm just waiting. I'm hoping that what I'm doing now, being at peace, holding the light, being with nature, grounding, taking in the sun, something about the sun. It energizes me, and I miss it right now because it's wintertime here in California, and I'm in a situation where the sun only hits me for a few hours a day. I guess my question to you is, am I doing the right? Am I just existing here, being of assistance to Gaia, to everyone? I'm doing my part.
Well, of course you are. You're listening to yourself, aren't you? Let's use your example. Thank you for your faith and honesty and bravery to open up your heart to all of us and everyone who will listen to this in the future and the past and forever. You are explaining what all of us are going through. Why would I do something I don't prefer just because I have to survive, as an example? What is it that we prefer to do? And you're noticing that more and more people, they're starting to dabble with themselves, i.e., I just want to be alone and live on top of the mountain for a second. And they're going, wait a minute, I kind of like people, but boy, it sure is fun being alone on top of the mountain. It's really peaceful. And so that's the natural configuration and calibration of our universe and or spirit. So our spirit really loves to be neutral. So that's why I'm always endorsing, get out in nature, leave your phone in a ditch somewhere with the battery completely condemned. And in fact, take your phone and throw it in the middle of the ocean. And okay, don't do that because the ocean's going to be pissed off. But seriously, get rid of all your electronics, go into nature, and ask yourself, am I happy? And you're going to have a hard time not answering yes, because you're like, there's nothing bothering me. I mean, the raccoon might steal my picnic, but you have to be brutally honest. We've gotten this place so hyper, let's say, sensitive, hyper expressive about the past. So you've got phones, you've got TVs. You already know the answer that I'm going to give you, and that is, if it feels good, just do it. That's it. That's all you have to know. Does that make sense?
it feels good being alone and being outside, grounding.
What's wrong with that? Your purpose. Yeah, okay,
What's wrong with it?
Remind everybody. Yep. So I'm going to remind everybody again. You did not go and get a soul contract anywhere on the universe. Okay, there's no such thing as a soul contract. There are soul contracts on Earth. Okay, you are here to do whatever you want. I hope that helps.
Yes. And what was I going to say? I think what I'm fighting against is social norms, that we are expected to be productive members of society in a 9-to-5 job. And I have a job, but where I want to be is in the mountains, in nature, with the sunshine.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
No doubt about it. And so you want to be a St. Bernard with whiskey around your collar, and you want to save people that get stuck in the ice. What's wrong with that? Go put the whiskey bottle around you. It's so beautiful that you would say that. It's like, I don't like the modality, the model, the template they've given me. You don't have to live in it. You can do whatever you want. It will work out for you, I guarantee you. Beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Patricia.
Thank you, Jane.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Looks like we have only a half an hour left. And I know we had a long wait to get started. But we will still stop at 5 o'clock Pacific time. All right, so let's go ahead and see if I can get some more people here. All right. Gisela. Sometimes these things don't like work. Okay, try this one. Let's see. Todd, can you unmute yourself?
Todd, me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Jane.
Welcome.
Hi, Q.
Welcome.
Glad to finally get on. Well, listening to all these this talk, it's brought up more questions, but let me see. I'll just go with the ones that I originally wanted to talk about. Well, I guess the one that's pressing me most is, you were talking about people that have the ability to be a portal. I think that I have that, and what I experience is when I've been connecting through my heart and raising my vibration, and my heart feels this icy coolness, and my crown is like I got a rod going in the top of my head of energy, and my body will start buzzing, and it's like and I'm very still, and I see this circle, and there's a smaller circle inside the circle with the lines of energy moving between the two, and a smaller circle is a different color than the bigger circle. You know what I mean? Would that be what you're talking about, a portal? Q?
Yeah, very. You've worked hard to examine it, haven't you?
Okay, because I always wonder what is going on here, and
so but you've worked very hard to examine it, haven't you?
Thank you.
It's just amazing accomplishment. Okay, so let's. It's okay to ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so when you explain to us the definitions, so the way you articulated it, you made it sound like you visualized it first and then you felt it, or did you feel it and then visualize it?
Well, I didn't visualize. I wasn't trying to visualize anything. I was just being in the moment, connecting through my heart, and my body will start buzzing, kind of almost like the feeling like when you're talking about where you can't move, but it's not quite the same because if I wanted to, I can move, but my body starts buzzing, and then all of a sudden that I see the circle in the circle with the lines of like electrical energy in between the two of them, and I see it when it's not like right in front of me, but it's like up towards my crown.
Okay, so where you're losing me is when you say crown. What's your definition of crown?
The top of my head.
Okay, so the initiation of the information starts from your heart, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you experience the visuality in your crown, as you say, correct?
Yeah, like I don't see it. I guess it's kind of right in front of me, but usually I'm laying down when it happens.
Yeah. Okay, really great. So awesome. This is a great example of how this version of humans is waffling between, and this is all of us, waffling between the volume of light you're using and the volume of brain you use to observe the true expression of yourself. So how much of your body is hindering, helping, enhancing, observing the light coming into physicality? So that's the best I can do with the English language. So now what degree of light are you implementing into physicality and observing it is the best I can do, is what you just said to me based on my interpretation of the words you used. So can I use my portal technology, all of us have this ability, to do what might be the question, but observing it. So what you just explained to me is you're actually observing it, but you're bouncing back and forth. So sustaining it is my real question to you, is can you sustain it? And you're going to notice that you're going to have the ability to actually leave your body and not come back to it. You can actually stay in your body and observe hyperspace or many other, beyond-o, I don't care what you want to call it, but that's what you just said to me. I hope that helps.
Well, yeah, it's like I've gone into it, and then my ex now opened the door to the bedroom, and immediately I was normal again. Like it was no longer there. So I got interrupted once. But I hadn't known what it was.
Hold me
really.
Right there. So peace. Yeah. So hold me there if you don't mind. So peace energy and mind energy are completely different, aren't they?
Yeah, they're totally. When I try to do anything with my mind, it don't work with crap, right? So.
Yeah, and so that's the best I can do to explain to everybody, because so I can see the attrition. This is really the only value I bring, in my opinion, is I have my memories back, and I can see the attrition of this type of human is wearing out, restricting the volume of light we have. And that's why I come in now, is this transition, as I claim to be a transition expert, you're actually being more of a light being than a physical being, and you're asking what is going on, and I'm doing my best to explain it. We're light beings that can do whatever we want. And
I know, like,
remind you, great faith in you. Thank you so much.
Oh, other times, when that didn't show up, though, I've connected so deeply where I have a ball the size of a volleyball in my upper heart or my chest area that's pulsing great amounts of energy. Boom, 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 boom. Man, it's so blissful and strong, and I see rainbows everywhere and patterns. And I get to that point. I can get to that point, and then usually my mind tries to mess with me, you know? And when I'm at that point, if you know what I'm talking about, I'm in a full state of allowance, but until my mind starts being like, well, you know, well, what about your children, you know, and stuff like that. And it's so intense, and my whole being is like, you know, and what do I do at that point if I just shun the mind, and it's like, well, what about this? You know, and I just cut that out. Where do I go from there?
Yeah, it's really valuable. You know, recently I watched someone steal personal items from me. So do I attack them? And then you get attacked again.
Yeah.
Do you attack them? Well, don't expect not to be attacked, right? So that's the synchronicity works positively and negatively. And so that's what I would suggest. It doesn't matter the degree and what direction it comes from, the volume, the powers are. You attack negativity, you're going to get negativity back, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's like when I have that ball of energy, it's literally like a ball. I can feel all sides in my chest, you know, and it's pulsing, and I'm seeing rainbows everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm in a state of allowance.
So you explain to me
at that point, but at that, you know, sometimes my voice, but I can like be like, no, I want to ascend. Am I like right at the edge of actually ascending in my body at that point? Where do I go from that point? What do I do?
Cool question. Okay, so remove the definition of ascension and ascending.
Okay.
So that's my first suggestion. Okay, so you're already ascended.
Okay.
All of us are. Now, utilizing it is what we're talking about here. How am I going to use more of my being, light, continuously and not doubt it? That's the question you gave me. Forgive me for being soft-spoken. But so how do I sustain it is really what's going on here.
I guess so, or take it further.
Right, because you wouldn't have this question if you couldn't sustain. So you'd have no doubt whatsoever. Okay, so remove symbolism. I know you like that definition. I have this massive ball of light. That's okay. That's really good because you're seeing the visuality of the volume of light. So I encourage everyone to look at themselves as a Merkaba, whatever word you like, and a light ball that you've definitely seen it, and its relationship.
More so.
Yep, in relationship into physicality, and now you're observing it, and so you're a perfect example of someone who's growing out of the restrictions of the brain. So you can see you coming into physicality is what you just explained to me, and or the lines, the light, the ball of light. That's you.
Yeah.
Energizing a physical being, looking back at it. It's very cool. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Todd.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next one is Vijay. Okay, Vijay.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. We can hear you.
Hi, Q. I have a Vogel crystal. I just wanted to ask you whether I can use it with the Q commands just to amplify my intentions. That's my question, can crystals be used as a medium?
Yes, did you say you had... Yes, did you say you have a couple of crystals? Is that correct?
Crystals, yes, I've got a Vogel crystal.
Okay.
Vogel, I don't know whether you've...
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
It's a six-sided crystal, and I was just wondering, I make the Q commands, but I've been doing it on an hourly basis, and we've got a group going. And I was just wondering whether I could amplify these commands, with crystal.
Very good. Love this question. Okay, so do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Yes, certainly.
So what's a crystal to you? What is a crystal?
Crystal is living. It's life, energy, pure. I feel the.
Okay, so it's a living. So it's a living being, correct?
It's a living being, yes.
Okay, and so where did it come from?
From nature.
Okay, and then so where did you come from?
From nature. From.
Okay.
Source.
Okay, very good. And so a crystal is a mineral. Is that correct?
It is, yes.
Okay. Do you have minerals in you?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the difference between the crystal and you?
Not a lot, I guess.
So the same thing. So you'd like to talk to your friend, the crystal, and the crystal likes to talk to you. Okay. So you guys are having a friendship. Maybe you're married. I don't know. Maybe boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay. And so as you guys walk down the street together, hold hands with your crystal, that's not funny at all. That's a little funny, isn't it? Okay.
You
all
could have
right. Okay. So the light doesn't need anything outside of itself.
Right. Okay.
Peace is peace. So if you want to go outside yourself, use an amplifier, your best friend, your crystal, you can do that, but it's still outside yourself. Didn't say the crystal wasn't very, very balanced and very perfect for you, and you guys are great friends, but it's still outside yourself. Hope that helps.
Get it. I get it. Could I ask you to give me some healing as well, please?
I'm off duty today. Yes, of course I can. We're going to schedule some calls for me. What kind of healing do you need?
Well, I just have some thyroid issues, and I just wondered, whether.
Okay, very good. So tell me why is it that you can't heal yourself? Is my question.
I've been trying to do it for a long time, Q.
Why don't you stop trying?
Sometimes.
Can you stop trying and do it?
I'll stop trying and just do it.
Okay. No, I will help you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a complete jerk here, but can you tell me a little bit more about your environment so I can help you here? Because I can sense that your environment is the root cause analysis. Tell me a little bit more about your environment.
Well, I live on my own, and I try.
Can I hold you there? Can I hold you right there? Is that okay? So when you talk to me, I get all of you and what's going on with you, and so I'm real careful not to infuse beliefs or a lot of information I hold back when people talk to me, because I really consider you all experts, regardless of who you are. But you can also see when people need healing, they have one thing in common. What do you think that is?
Could you repeat the question again, Q?
Again, the one thing that people have that's consistent with all the thousands and thousands of people I've healed, i.e. help heal, is they don't believe they can self-heal. That's one. Now, why do you suppose that is?
Because we don't believe, or we don't.
Yeah, they all have one thing in common, is they have doubt and they live in the past. That's the one thing. Or someone in a white jacket told them they only had 5 minutes to live. So here's my suggestion. Do your best to be in the moment and know you're already healed. Use your water technology. Use your command.
Yes.
If you're not successful, reach out again to us, and I will help you, okay?
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I do use the water technology.
Thank you, V.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Next person is All Good Eggs. I like that. Hello, All Good Eggs. Let me see if I can do that.
Hello.
There you go.
I had to flip that switch. I had to find my profile. Hello, Q. I love you. I listen to your channel along with your son, and I have a couple questions. But my biggest concern is the children and human trafficking. But I'm curious about the possibility of trapped souls. Is that something we could help?
Yeah, it's obviously my most passionate subject, I would assume. Go ahead. Now would you like to start?
So, is that something us humanitarians could do to help, or is it more that the Alliance and benevolent ETs would be qualified to help the trafficking of humans and trapped souls?
All right. So what's your definition of an ET? You don't mind me asking questions, is that okay?
No, I don't mind, of course. Oh, well, ET would be extraterrestrial, which means they would also be on Earth, but I also thought maybe beyond Earth, but that would be alien, wouldn't that?
Yeah, so your definition of alien ET is different than mine based on what you've told me so far. So an extraterrestrial, have you seen any extraterrestrial beings help you here so far?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
They're not helping you, are they? Do you know why that is?
Maybe because I didn't ask yet through commands.
Because they're so evolved, they know that you're the expert. In most cases.
Okay.
So they don't interfere with experts. You're an expert. And I can't believe you're not figuring this out. I'm not being flip. I'm just, they're expecting the team, that'd be you, figure this out to how you want to conduct yourself here. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. I guess I'm gauging myself improperly, thinking that just because they may have better technology and they're beyond my comprehension right now, maybe I have to figure out.
Yep, you're exactly right. You got it right. I just commend you for your knowledge. So you're getting a lot of your knowledge in. Okay, and so the technology that they expect us to have, so if we want to talk about extraterrestrials that are from higher frequency dimensions, remove extraterrestrial and replace it with frequency that are different than ours. Because most terrestrial beings here are having a very tough time communicating with an extraterrestrial because their intelligence is 1,000,000 times more than us. And that intelligence originates from the heart. That's why they don't obstruct you in what you want to experience. They have vast knowledge about a spirit wanting to express itself as an individual. Now, you pick what kind of individual you want to be. I want to be a rock on Mars. I want to be a sun in the star system of Andronica. It doesn't matter. They don't have a judgment. There's no, see, higher dimensional beings don't interfere. Extraterrestrials do, and they try and control you. See the difference?
I see. And then I guess we're most vulnerable if we go into our dream state, or even if it's a daydream.
Yeah, and so that's really fun too. You know, again, these are very advanced questions because you're starting to recognize the delta between if I stay in peace, I don't participate. If I go into mind energy, I do participate. It's a very advanced question, and I applaud you. The opportunity we have now is recognizing the delineation of time and the time cutting and pasting, based on your question at least. How do they do it when I'm just being neutral? I'm being lazy. Well, they do it through the mind, especially the dream state. So I encourage everybody to check my words. What if I told you you're dreaming you're you right now? Because you are. Does that help a little bit?
I think I understand.
It's difficult in the English language. You're actually dreaming you're you right now. And that's why, you know, when you talk to Billy or Zora, you'll notice that they know the difference. They know the volume of dreaming you could do, regardless of awake or asleep, in the direction you want to go. That's it.
If I could share about dreams, I'm 52 years old, and I haven't had bad dreams ever since I was like 10 years old, maybe. Does that mean that have a solid understanding and I have a block? In other words, do I have a block against being hijacked while I'm in the dream state?
Absolutely beautiful. You're creating what you want. What you're calling a block, I'm saying this. You've just explained the messaging I'm doing my best to get out to everyone. When you're inspired, they can't touch us. We create the universe we want. Yes, you have a block, but that's not what you have. You're a magnificent creator for what you want, and they can't stop you. You're God. Hope that helps.
Thank you, Q. I love you. I love you, Q.
My love to you. Great day to you.
What a wonderful way to begin our exit for this call. Excellent, thank you. All good eggs. It has been a truly amazing, enlightening, growing, and understanding more and more of who we are, and very special thanks to our transition specialist of this existence, Q. So as we end this call, Q, how about we have you lead us into one of your commands?
Okay.
And perhaps maybe your last words. And thank you so much for today.
Okay. Well, I do everything backwards. So I'll go forward then. I'm just not that funny today. No one gets me.
Yeah, we get you.
Well, let's do something here. Let's call it like it is. Well, I don't know why she wouldn't say goodbye, but it seems that I had seen it in her eye. Well, it might not be wise I'd still like to try. For all the love I have, she cannot deny. 'Cause her heart's just like mine. She holds her pain inside. And if there's a special light still shining bright, and even on the darkest night, she cannot deny. I'll never say goodbye. Dear ones, dear ones, dear ones, everything is so perfect with you. You are so amazing. And we will command Prime Creation right now. We command Prime Creation to increase our life force energy, our planet's life force energy right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. And it will be. My love to you all. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Q.
Can you all hear me? Can you all
We
hear
can
me?
all say, yes, we can.
Wow. I will just say that even though we're still live, but I want you to know that Q, you're made for radio. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're made for radio. Well, not only is your wisdom profound, but you are, oh hell, you're just remarkable in every single way, and I love you from my heart to yours. You are awesome. You're like on the pinnacle of awesome. Thank you.
Don, that was so perfectly said for all of us. Thank you, Don. We love you as well. So much so that this love is just really spreading far and wide. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Don, for this very special call.
Thank you.
Okay.
Much love.
Okay, everyone. Good night, everyone.
I love everyone. Good night, everyone.
Rosaraya.
Thanks
a lot.
Jane.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Love
you.
This session is no longer being recorded.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
This session is no longer being recorded.
All right, everybody. Nighty-night.
Good night.
Thank you, Q. Thank you, Dorit. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you all.